Hey yo, what's good, Epic Gamers? It's your boy Connor, back another Epic Gamer video. In today's video, I'm gonna be doing a Terraria tier list, several of them perhaps even. Because recently I realized that I had never done one of those, and it might be important to do. So yeah, here we are. Um, so the first one we got here is the Calamity mod and Vanilla Terraria bosses and mini bosses tier list maker. More like tier lit, haha. So starting off, we got Adult Eidolon Worm. Um, Solid. I'll give it a B tier. It's not mm, something I've ever really had an experience with outside of just being annoying. So I'm trying to route a Discord or normality relocate within the abyss, and then realizing that I fucked up. I know that I can fight it as like an endgame thing, but I don't want to. So, B tier. It's a cool boss. Next up we have Anahita. Uh, the worst part of the we'll talk about Leviathan later, but Anahita, she's fine. She just makes like circles and dashes around a little bit. She just kind of hangs out. I'm gonna give her C tier. She's nothing like crazy. Aquatic Scourge certainly is a boss. I do fight it. I don't like fighting it. But I don't hate fighting it, so I'm gonna give it C tier or D tier. No, this is C tier, not D tier. It's D. It's C. I'm gonna move that to D because I keep saying D, which means subconsciously that's what I must think it is. Um, yeah, D tier boss. It's really annoying with all like the puffs and stuff, and ward bosses in general. I don't really like. Sometimes we'll get more on that later, but D tier boss for now. Next up, Armored Digger. Why does this exist? I don't know. I think that's the Armored Digger. Let me look it up. Armored Digger Terraria. Yep. What does this guy do? This is the fandom wiki. Hold up. I need the actual one. The fandom wiki just like makes up information. They do not replace diggers. They do not spawn when you're in the dungeon. Okay, so what do they do? They used to dig out the caverns so labs could be built. Um cool. Oh, demonic bone ash, mysterious circuit. Cool. Yeah, why does it exist? I feel like that's a good spot. Astro Aureus, shitty boss, and I hate it. It's so annoying, and it's hard for what it is, and I have trouble beating it, and I don't like it. Just like Astron Deus, Worm Boss, so below Astro Aureus. Both of the Astron bosses I just am not a big fan of. Um, I'm not a big fan of a lot of these bosses looking at it. Betsy, oh yeah, these guys. I don't like the Astral Infection. It just appears anywhere, and then like if you want to fight them well, you have to like build an arena there. And in multiplayer, the Ashram Deus always like glitches out and fucks up, and I hate it. So yeah, that's where they go. Betsy, C tier. I don't really fight the Old One's army unless I'm playing Summoner and really need to. Um, so I don't usually fight Betsy except maybe just to like complete all the bosses. I guess the wings she drops are pretty good. Um, Old One's army is a pretty cool event, I guess. It's unique. So we'll leave Betsy in C tier, because Betsy is okay. Brain of Cthulhu. Brain of Cthulhu is a classic, bro. You go in there, you fight the little eye things, and then the brain splits open, and you see the heart inside, and you gotta kill it. It's just pretty cool. I'm gonna give it A tier. Not too difficult for where it is, but also it's well, no, I guess it is really easy. Um, A tier boss, never a big problem. Brimstone Elemental, kind of a mid boss. She was cool when she dropped the chair, but now like the Exomex dropped the chair, so there's we need it for like the Void of Extinction though, and it's a really good item. The stuff she drops is very helpful. We're gonna give her C. Just not like that memorable, I guess. Um, she's just kind of there. All the bosses that are like around the area of the mech bosses in like the beginning of hard mode, like Cryogen will get to him later. They're just kind of there. They're things that you have to kill. They can give you stuff that's like decent but not crazy. They're just there. Next up, the Calamitous Clone. Pretty cool boss fight. It was all right, but like they added some new attacks that makes it a lot more like Calamitous. Like they added the bullet hell aspects. So that's pretty cool. Um, Before I would have given her a C tier. Now I think I'm gonna give her B tier. It was just a pretty cool boss fight. Ceaseless Void. My least favorite of all of the Sentinels of the Devourer. I know why it exists, but I wish it didn't. So D tier. Next up, the Colossal Squid. That's not next. The Cloud Elemental is next. Yep, she's there. She is there. I don't dislike fighting her. I don't like particularly like fighting her. She's a boss. Colossal Squid. I don't like him. Crabulon. Some pretty cool music. Some pretty forgettable fight. Doesn't really give a whole lot that you like need. I guess the fungal hump's pretty cool. It gives you that thing that increases your rage. Um, but like, he's not significant. I feel he's just kind of something that you gotta fight, and it happens, and then it's over, and then you move on. C tier. Cragmaw Meyer. He teleports up in the air, he smashes down, does a lot of damage. He exists. C tier. Slime God. Crimulon Slime God specifically. God, stop doing that, please. Oh, it's all messed up now. There we go. Okay. F. Add row below. Oh, no, you should be D. You should be F, and you should be there. I hate Slime God. My first Terraria playthrough, Slime God is the boss or my first modded Terraria playthrough. Slime God is the boss that made me just kind of give up, and I stole a post calamitous, post supreme calamitous weapon from Livia's world, and I won. I was able to beat the game with the Fab Staff. So yeah, Cremulin, Slime God I don't like. Cryogen of the bosses like Brimstone Elemental, like the hell did I put? Aquatic Scourge. He's just kind of there, but I think he has a really cool boss fight. I like the Aurora Borealis in the background. He drops uh the Frost Mage permafrost when you kill him, and that's pretty cool. He gives you like new bars. I am a fan of Cryogen. He gives you can get the Daedalus Golem staff after you kill him, and the Golem staff. I'm gonna give Mage here. Golem staff is good. He's a cool boss fight. I enjoy him. Dark Mage exists. Deerclops. Why does this exist? I guess I haven't fought it in vanilla. I've only fought it on modded because I haven't really played vanilla since that update came out. But like in Calamity, I literally didn't even realize that I had missed him until like after Moonlord, and then I went back and was like, oh, I gotta kill this guy. He's not like particularly memorable. He doesn't really drop anything you need. I think he's cool, like the Don't Try to the other crossover, but he's just kind of there. Desert Scourge. He's a big worm. He's in the desert. He's probably my second favorite of the worm bosses. Yeah. Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. Desert Scourge. B tier. It's a fun boss fight. You make a little platform above the desert, jump up and down. You kill him. You can farm him for money early on. He's a good money farm. Yeah, pretty. He's a boss. Duke Fishron holds a special place in my heart because I remember when he was released on the Xbox 360. It was an update that was like just him, I think, or it was him and fishing came out on Xbox 360 in the same update. I remember me and Seth took a bunch of tries to try and kill him, and we got the Flaileron, and the Flaileron was our main weapon for a long time on those worlds. Even though Razorblade Typhoon is obviously a much better weapon dropped by Duke Fishron. The Shrimpy Truffle mount is pretty cool. He's speedy, he jumps around, Tornado is pretty cool. I'll get Mage here. I enjoy him as a boss. Dungeon Guardian, not F tier. You can't really easily kill him early game, and he doesn't really drop anything if you do manage to kill him. And he does a lot of damage, and he just kind of exists to stop you from going to the dungeon too early. So, F tier as a mini boss, but I mean, I know why he exists. Earth Elemental. I'm also going. Oh wait, no, the D tier. Earth Elemental. I'm going to give D tier as well because I can never find them when I need them, and then when I don't need them, I find them all the time and they kill me in early hard mode. And they're really big and they're hard to avoid because you're underground. They're really slow, so I guess not hard to avoid, but yeah, D tier. Eater of Worlds, more OG than Brain of Cthulhu, care about significantly less. He's, I think, in my opinion, harder than Brain of Cthulhu because if you split him too much, those heads will do a lot of damage. So you got to be really careful. And also, Crimson gives you a big wide open area, and the corruption you kind of have to make one. But you know, it's still an OG, still a cool guy. I'll give him B tier. Eben Slime God, F tier. Empress of Light, pretty cool, based on Radiance from Hollow Knight, I think. Drops the Terra Prism, kill him in daytime, obviously. Terra Prism is alright, I think. I mean, I'm told it's really good, but in my experience, it wasn't great. But in Calamity Mode, at least, you use the Terra Prism to craft the Elemental Axe, which is a fantastic weapon. So, Empress of Light also drops the Soaring Insignia, which allows infinite flight, except not in Calamity Mod. Because that would be crazy. Yeah, it's fairly recent boss, 1.4. more memorable than the other one out of 1.4. I'll give her B tier. Oh, Everscream. Yep, a Christmas tree. B tier for sure. He's so cool. He drops all of the ornaments everywhere. He shoots the pines out. Drops some cool stuff, like the ornament sword thing. Sorry, and the razor pine. Eye of Cthulhu. Obviously goaded. The OG man. Drops a shield of Cthulhu, which is like one of the best items in Terraria. The dashes, you gotta have it. You use the Shield of Cthulhu for so long until you get like the ninja belt. Just goaded boss, Summon him at night, fight that giant die. Yeah, goaded. The Flying Dutchman drops a black spot, which was a lot better than it is for a very short amount of time. Drops a treasure magnet and thorium mod, which is a very helpful item. Not too much else to say. Pirates they're pretty cool. Yeah, I'll give him C tier. He's there. Giant clam. He's a clam. He floats around. He's really hard in early hard mode. I want to give him C tier. He's chilling. Golem. Golem, I gotta give A tier to my man. Easiest boss in Terraria for when you fight him, in my opinion. Plantera, I think, is a harder boss than he is, even though you fight him after Plantera. Yep, A tier. Jungle Temple's kind of annoying. The Great Sand Shark drops those scales. You can craft like different weapons. Sand Sharknado is pretty good. The Sandy Shark Necklace, or whatever the hell it's called, is pretty good. I don't remember any of the other weapons you make with the scales. You can summon him, you can get him by fighting a bunch of sharks. He hops around, he's pretty cool. I'm gonna give him B tier. Ice Queen, yep. No, D tier. I don't like the Ice Queen. The spinning around attack that shoots out all the icicles is annoying. Um, the little Flocko things. I know she doesn't spawn those, but they're annoying. Yeah, D tier. Yaron, obviously goaded. Uh, Roar of the Jungle Dragon is a banger. Boss fight's a banger. It's like Duke Fishron, but cooler because of all the flames going around. Did a series where I tried to no-hit Yaron, which I might return to at some point. Because they have to hit the boss fight. It's not as cool as it was, I will say, because before it was like you got him to 0 health and then he had like a rebirth and came back, and now that he's actually like a phoenix and like the dragon of rebirth, he doesn't do that anymore. At least in when I played in Revengeance, he didn't. I don't know if they still have that in like normal, but yeah, I don't think he's as epic anymore. But he's still goated in my heart. Normal Eidolon Worm. Do I have a precedent set with any of the? Yeah. Uh, the Abyss mini bot. Oh, Eidolon Worm's pretty cool though. I'll put him with adult Eidolon Worm. No, he's not too adult. I'll put him in C. He's all right. He's pretty cool. He dashes around. King Slime. He has a ninja inside of him, but he doesn't drop the ninja. He's got his big crown. He's really big. The first vanilla boss, like that, the easiest one. Yeah, I'll put him in B. He's an OG. He summons a bunch of slimes. Lepus. Uh, I gotta put him in. Why does this exist? In general, and also why does it exist on this tier list? Because he's kind of just he doesn't even exist anymore. Um, I didn't I didn't like fight him. I did fight him in mobile edition, but it wasn't like a significant thing. He doesn't drop anything particularly cool, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Leviathan. Anahita is in C tier. Leviathan I'm gonna put in A tier because it's so cool when Anahita like flees away and you're like, oh, what's going on? And the whole like ocean shakes and then he rises from it and he's so big. It was a really sick moment. So he gets A tier because he's really cool, and then he shoots the big rocks and doesn't do anything else. But you know, his spawning is really cool. Lunatic cultist, interesting boss fight. The lightning bolts, the the duplicate things. Those always trick me. Um, yeah, he's a boss. Put him in B tier. Um, I, you gotta kill him to get to the Moon Lord. I like he has a little cackle. Mm-hmm. Martian Saucer, I'm gonna give D tier. I don't like it. The stupid laser beam. It drops a lot of good stuff, but I don't like having to fight it. Like I'm never like, oh yeah, let's go. It's time to fight the Martian Saucer. I'm like, god damn it, I gotta fight the Martian Saucer. So D tier. Old Duke. Um, he's like Fishron, but I don't like him as much, and he's just he exists. You just kind of fight him. He comes before like you got a bunch of bangers in a row. Spoilers for later in the tier list. You got like Devourer of Gods. You got Yaron. You got Exomax. You got Calamitous, and then before that, it's just this goddamn old version of Duke Fishron. He's okay. You're fine. C tier. I like Duke Fishron, and I like his attacks. So if I really don't like that. Every time you beat the Acid Rain post Poltergast, you have to fight the old Duke. That's a little annoying, but I mean it's fine. Uh, Moonlord obviously got to be a goaded. The final boss in Vanilla Terraria. Um, Giga Chad. He drops the cool stuff. Um, Luminite always good to have. Just a goaded boss. Morning Wood. Funny name. He shoots the flames that are kind of annoying. Um, Pumpkin Moon better than Frost Moon, of course. Even though my first ever video has had to be the Frost Moon, and I didn't do it. I should do that sometime. Anyway, A tier. Better than the stupid Christmas tree. Nebula Pillar. Which one is that? It's one with the little squid guys that like make your vision all dark. It's all right. Nothing crazy. It's not my favorite pillar. Oh, my least favorite pillar. B tier. Nuclear Terror. I hate this one for personal reasons. I've been grinding for the Mauler trophy recently. Wait, this isn't Old Duke. What is this? Because Old Duke is here. So what is this boss? Is this Mauler? Oh. Mauler is fine. C tier. Nuclear Terror though, it keeps fucking spawning when I'm trying to kill the Maulers to get the Mauler trophy. It's the only trophy that I don't have. Uh and it's not like for Kragma Meyer, I just went to another world and got to the tier where only Kragma Meyer was spawning, but you can't do that because Mauler and Nuclear Terror spawn at the same tier. But only Nuclear Terror is spawning for me, and it's really annoying. So F tier. He's also not that cool. Okram, gotta be goated, bro. Xbox 360 Terraria was the goat, so you gotta put Okram top tier. You get those Souls of Blight. You get that wacky stuff that he drops. You can make like Gungear or something. Goated boss fight. The Brain of Cthulhu boss that we were all missing from the three mechanical bosses. Ogre, where are the other Olden's Army things? Yep. He's like them. He's there. He exists. The Plague Bringer, the normal one. He's useful. He drops a lot of the Plague Cell canisters, which can be helpful for summoning Plague Bringer Goliath, who we'll get to later. I'll give him C tier. He dashes around like the Queen Bee and doesn't really do much else. Plantera. Plantera is the bane of my existence, but I gotta give her A tier. Just because of how much of an effect Plantera has had on my life. I remember on Xbox 360 grinding for the axe. I made a whole video about how to beat Plantera with something that you can't do today. I had to get the axe. I grinded her a lot to get the Seedler to make the Zenith on the Xbox edition. I remember when me and Livia did our Master Mode playthrough for the first time in 1.4. Plantera completely fucked us for a while. She, Plantera, bro, you can't. When she like splits open into a bunch of little tendrils and you gotta fight them all off, it's just cool. Plantera, good banger boss, some banger music for vanilla Terraria. Just a cool boss. Poltergast, Plantera, but I don't remember he exists sometimes. I mean, he's pretty cool. He's just kind of what I fight after Ceaseless Void. And I'm like, thank God I don't have to fight Ceaseless Void anymore. I'm gonna move Ceaseless Void down to F tier, actually. Poltergast. You can get B tier. He's pretty cool. The little soul thing that comes out of him. His lore is interesting. He's like combination of a bunch of different souls. He's a cool boss. The Profaned Guardians, not a big fan. I just kind of have to fight them on the way to Providence. Nothing spectacular about them. Providence, though, I gotta give B tier to Providence. Providence is a pretty cool boss. She's a significant one because that's how you get Eula Bloom. That's how you get Unholy Essence. That's how you get the things, the Aegis, the Elysian Aegis, and the wings. It's cool that you fight her in the Hollow and Hell. It's like a heaven and hell kind of thing going on, and she drops different stuff depending on where you fight her. It's a little annoying to like have to fight her in Hell in order to get the stupid shield. But I mean, it's Providence. It's a tough boss, but certainly one that is worth your recognition. But not too much. Pumpkin is goated. He's so cool with the rotating head and the scythe hands that like fling around, and he spawns like the little golden scythes that float. Just a super cool part of the Pumpkin Moon. And the main reason why I like Pumpkin Moon over the Frost Moon. Pumpkin is so much better than Frost Queen. It's really cool. Queen Bee. I remember the first time I ever fought the Queen Bee. Accidentally summoned two of them. Me and Seth were playing on the Xbox 360. We summoned two Queen Bees, and Seth died. And I was like, oh no, I might be screwed. But I had the star cannon with a bunch of stars, and I pulled it out, and I was able to defeat both Queen Bees. And that was the start of my journey to becoming a Terraria expert, like I am today. So, for that reason, I'm going to give Queen Bee C tier, because, yeah, she's there. She's a boss fight. I don't even B tier. I can't do Queen Bee like that. I can't do Queen Bee like that. I mean, B Man. Oh, B Man. I can't. B Man alone, I gotta give Queen Bee B tier. It's B tier, B. Queen Slime. I'm gonna give Queen Slime C tier for now, just because I haven't really fought Queen Slime enough to like get an idea of how I like it. She flies around, which is pretty cool. She drops the floaty slime mount. The Crystal Assassin gear is interesting. I mean, yeah, she's pretty cool, but C tier just because I haven't had the experience with her yet. Ravager. Ravager is like Golem, but harder. He's more difficult. He's actually a challenge. I don't know where to put him though. I don't really like fighting him. It's another one where it's just kind of like I have to do this. I'm not like, oh damn it, I have to fight Ravager, but I'm like, oh, I guess I gotta fight Ravager now. So I guess C tier. Um, but like the scream is cool, and the I don't know what music plays. I don't remember Ravager music. I'm gonna assume it's pretty cool because it's Calamity music. Yeah. Reaper Shark. My favorite of the mini bosses uh in the abyss. He's just so cool. How he's like invisible, and then he like pops out at you, and you fight him, and he swims around, and he drops the teeth, the Reaper Shark teeth that are pretty cool. So B tier. The Santa NK1 has got to go and goaded. Just for the memories. I was scared of him as a child, bro. If you watch How to Beat the Frost Moon, I say in that video, like, guys, turn away if you get frightened easily, because this guy's a little scary. Um, he's very memorable for me. So that's why he's goaded. I don't like fighting him though. He's goaded for the memories. Cygnus, Envoy of the Devourer. Uh, my favorite of Devourers. Not because I think he's particularly cool, though he is pretty cool with the teleporting. Just because I find him to be the easiest one, and I don't really like fighting any of them. So the easiest one, the one that I find easiest to beat, is going to be the one that I like the most. So I'll give him C tier because I don't dislike him. Skeletron, you gotta give goated to Skeletron. He's got the hands. You fight the Clother. The Clother is like, you are not ready to free me of my curse, or will you be the one to finally free me? And you fight Skeletron, and then he gets into the dungeon, and he drops like the Book of Skulls. Oh, oh, and the hands that are flying around, and you gotta shoot the hands. And he's a tough boss. He's like kind of the first boss that you fight. They're like, oh, this guy's tough. When you're playing for the first time, in my opinion, unless you're bad at the game, in which case, first boss that you fight that you think is tough is the Eye of Cthulhu. So yeah, obviously goated. Skeletron Prime, first of the mech bosses. He's the one that I usually fight first because I think he's easiest. But does that make him the best one? I don't think so. We'll get to which one is the best one. I guess you guys figure out which one is the best one after I do Destroyer, but he'll get B tier. He's cool. He's got the lasers. Not as good as Skeletron, but I mean he's got the lasers. He's got the saw. He's got the rockets. He looks scary. Well, not scary. He's cool. He's cool. Yeah, we're going with the guys that I hate. Solar Pillar. I'm gonna give G tier 2. My least favorite pillar is stupid crawl speeds. Everything about it. I just don't like it. The hell happens in the Stardust Pillar? Oh, the cells. I think the cells are pretty cool. I'd say the Stardust Pillar is actually my favorite one. Ignore the fact that I couldn't remember what happens in it. I'm gonna put it. I don't think it's that much better than Nebula though. Not. I don't think any of the pillars are A tier. But certainly B tier. Because it's pretty cool. Stormweaver. Better than Ceaseless Void, worse than Cygnus. D tier. I still don't know how he works. I just attack him until he dies, and don't. There's like some methods. Sometimes like I do no damage, and sometimes I do like all the damage, and then halfway through like he sheds his armor and you can see his whole body. Yeah. Um. Calamitous, we gotta put in goaded. Final boss right now. Um. The bullet hell thing, sepulcher, the orbs, the big floaty skull guys, the brothers. The brothers are really cool in the updated version. In the old thing, the brothers were just eyes, like Calamitous was, but Um, Calamitous was one of the few boss fights that they updated that I think was really cool updated and wasn't made less cool. I like how she's more distinct from the Calamitous clone now because she's like a person. Um, you get her NPC from killing her. She's final boss. She has dialogue, which is pretty cool. Just like something we'll get to very soon. Yeah, she's just she's goated. Final boss. Um, yeah. Where's the mech bosses? I still don't think he's bad. I'll put him in C tier. So I guess now you guys know which one is the best mech boss. Uh, yeah, you fight him. He shoots a lot of lasers. It's not like the hardest. So C tier. Devourer of Gods, goaded, ultra, ultra goaded. I'm actually gonna put the Devourer of Gods and Yaron in here, because they're the best, they're the coolest. They're not as cool anymore because they don't like die anymore. But I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna go on old them. Oh, the feeling because the thing about the Devourer of Gods is that his first part isn't easy. It's hard, and you finally get through it, and you're like, oh my god, I did it. And then it doesn't end, and the music changes. Oh, that music change to Universal Collapse. Universal Collapse a banger. Um, and then he like, it's not over yet. Down, 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 and the grid of lasers. Oh, it's magnificent. The best, my favorite boss in the Calamity mod. Dragon Folly. Yeah, he's a boss. You fight him. He has a big laser beam in the middle. Not all that memorable. You just fight him before Providence. Not bad. Not good. Um, Hive Mind. I've actually only fought the Hive Mind on a world once. I normally play Crimson, but I did a corruption playthrough very recently. So that's like the only time that I've actually fought Hive Mind, like at the point that you're supposed to. And he was interesting. I didn't really get what was going on, but I won. Um, put him in C with Queen Slime just because I haven't really experienced him enough to give him a proper ranking. But he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. Old Duke. Where did I have them all there for? I'm gonna put him in C tier because he's not bad because he's like Duke Fishron, but I already explained Old Duke. I don't know if he's in the same spot, but I assume he is because I'm still me. I don't think I've changed my opinion on the Old Duke. Um, Perforators, they're all gonna go together, but where are they going to go? Um, I remember when me and my brother did Master Malice, when Malice was still out. Perforators was a huge challenge. Really, really screwed us up for a little while, but did get through it, and got through it by like cheesing it. Like one of us would stay at spawn and then teleport over with a wormhole once they got their adrenaline going for some big damage. And Jameson would use it would be Jameson. He would stay at spawn, then teleport over and use adrenaline with his stealth strike to just get a ton of damage right off the bat. And we were able to defeat him that way. Uh, I'll give him B. He's pretty cool. I like the Perforators fight. All the worms. Flagrant Goliath, F tier boss. Like like Ceaseless Void. I'm like, fucking damn it! I have to fight goddamn Plaguebringer now. This is gonna be some bullshit. And I hate fighting him, and he's really fast, and he dodges around, and stupid nukes. I don't like him. Bad. It's a bad boss. The twins, my favorite of the mechanical bosses. He's not that great. He's also in B tier with Skeletron Prime, but he's better than Skeletron Prime. Or they, I guess. There's two of them. Uh, Retinazer. I'd rank above Spasmatism because I think that the lasers are cooler than the fire. Um, so that's them. I like how there's two of them. It's interesting. What is it? No. Okay, never mind. Ignore me. I didn't say anything. Turkor. Turkor. The Thanksgiving boss. Why does he exist? Nobody knows. Why is he on this tier list? Nobody knows. Vortex Pillar, I'll put with these three. The missiles can get you sometimes, but I mean, you're just good at dodging and you can avoid them. It's cool like the rest of the pillars. The background change is cool. Yeah, deserve a place. Wall of Flesh, gotta go in A tier. Gotta go in Goated. Not Ultra Goated because that's reserved for Yaron and Devour of Gods. He's the OG final boss. You get into hard mode through him. That's kind of like the halfway point in your normal Terraria playthrough. It's the first time you fight something, and like your world really changes. Starts like the longest period of just grinding. Yeah, the Wall of Flesh. Self-explanatory why he's good. Okay, which one was this? Ares or Thanatos? This is Ares. Ares is I've only fought I fought them twice, but I don't remember the first time. Well, I mean, I fought them. I've beaten them twice, but I don't really remember the first time. When I fought them recently, Ares was always the one I would start with because I found him the most annoying to deal with in conjunction with the others. Like, I had a hard time focusing on all of because he has 4 arms that are going around, and I found a hard time focusing on that as well as the green lasers and the dashing and the worm. So I always fought him first. I didn't like him. I guess the like rotating lasers in his uh Berserker phase was pretty cool. I'll give him B. Thanatos. See, I feel like I haven't got enough experience. I don't have like the experience and the like pure childlike wonder with these guys like I did when I first fought, Devourer of Gods or Yaron. Because like I had already had a lot of experience with Calamity God when I fought these guys for the first time, so I was like, oh, there's just new guys for me to fight. Changing the status quo. And they're tough. It's a tough boss fight. Like it took me a while. Um I still fight them. I don't know. I think I might have found them harder than Calamitous, but I still fight them first just because Calamitous is the final boss, and I'm so used to that way of thinking. Anyway, Thanatos. His laser beam attack in his Berserker stage is pretty cool. Other than that, he's just a worm boss. I prefer him over Ares. I'm gonna give him B tier as well, right above Ares. These two guys. Why are these guys separate but the twins are the same? I mean, I guess they have different names. It's like Artemis and I don't know, Artemis and Apollo. I don't remember which one is which. The orange one has a weird laser attack and dashes around. Not a big fan. I do like the eyes. I do like the eyes more than the others. I always went to their Berserk stage first. Uh, it's kind of like the ranking I did for the mech bosses, except they're closer together and the destroyer and the Skeletron Prime are switched. Anyway, um, which one do I think is better? I prefer the green one. The orange one's like big laser beam attack just annoys me in the Berserk stage. But yeah, that's the final boss tier list. I don't think the other tier lists are as long, except this one, which I've decided that I'm not doing after the length of that one. Except, of course, Terrorblade has got to go in S tier. The OG, the number one, represent. Uh, Wait, is... Some of these are not weapons. That's pearl sand. That's a wooden minecart. Mini shark, also. That's not what I was looking for, but that's what I'm putting. S tier. Yeah, that's my weapon tier list. Anyway, bars tier list. Demonite, worst Crimtane, E tier, not bad. Then no, Crimtane is next. Gold, worst Platinum. I'll give it B tier because it's gold. That's iron. Iron is the OG. I'll give it A tier. Lead is better than iron. Not the OG though, so I'm gonna give it B tier. Meteor, A tier. It makes the laser beam, the lightsabers, and of course the star cannon and the space gun, which with the meteor armor. It's a whole thing. Mithril, C tier. Worst Orichalcum. Orichalcum, A tier. It summons fire above your head. It's pretty cool. Palladium, better Cobalt. I still don't like it. D tier. It's only useless for getting a Mithril. Is that Platinum? It's Platinum. Better than Gold. A tier. And I like it. It's not like Lead, where I like Leadless and Iron. I like Platinum, and it's better than Gold. Silver, silver and gold, silver and gold. Worst Tungsten. Still gonna give it A tier. Adamantium, bad, trash. I don't like it. Worst Titanium, E tier. Tin, F. Tungsten, better. Silver, A tier. Hellstone, first S tier. Really cool bar. It makes you the molten armor. It makes you the fiery greatsword. It makes you the molten pickaxe. Makes you the molten hand max. You just gotta have it. Hollowed bars I'm also gonna give S tier. They are the set bonus is obviously really good. One of the best in the game. The dodge is just it's that good. Make Excalibur with it. Make the pickaxe axe with it. It's it's a good ore. It's a good bar. It's at S tier. Chlorophyte F tier. Hate mining for it. Spectre. I'll give it D tier. Doesn't really come up often. I'm gonna give it E tier. It's not F tier because it's fine getting it. If I have the chlorophyte, I'm not going to deduct points from it because of how hard it is to get chlorophyte. That would be unfair. It's pretty easy to get spectre bars once you have chlorophyte. It's just not used for a lot. Titanium, also S tier because it's what hollowed armor used to do. It did what hollowed armor does now, and it was very good for it. I also like the new like fragment ability is pretty cool, but it's not as good as it was, but it's still pretty cool. Luminite, gotta be top of S tier, best bar in the game, objectively, literally it's the best one. Used to make the lunar armor, lunar wings, the pickaxes, all of that endgame stuff. Shroomite. I like Shroomite. It's funny. I'm gonna give it B tier. I gotta be quiet. It's better than Spectre bars, though. Let me check if you guys. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, next up we have Cobalt. Cobalt is worse than Palladium. Give it E tier. Copper, F tier. Oh no, Copper's S tier. Copper is what all your starting items are made of. Crimtane. Crimtane I'm gonna give A tier. I really like its regeneration ability. No. NPCs, I'm just gonna fly through this one because it's already 49 minutes in. I'm just gonna fly through it. D tier. B tier. C tier. Slither, B tier. Cyborg, C tier. Demolitionist, S tier. Dryad, A tier. Die Trader, S tier. Stylist, C tier. God, top bets. Golfer's cool. B tier. No, A tier. Guide gotta be S, not top of S though. Mechanic, B tier. Merchant, gotta be S tier. OG. Nurse, also an S. Gotta have the nurse, very important. Painter. Painter, I'll give C. Party girl, I'll give B. Pirate captain, gotta be A. That guy's sick. Got a cannon. The princess. I'll give her A. All the NPCs like her. I'll be right back. Hold up. Sorry, I just had to close my door real quick. Santa Claus gotta be S tier. Bones McGee. Sans Undertale. Skeleton Guy. C tier. He just kind of shows up underground. Steampunker gotta be A tier. Tavern Keep. I'll give him solid B. Tax Collector gives me money. S tier. Traveling Merchant. A. He gets solid stuff. Witch Doctor. B tier. Wizard. D tier, obviously. There's not much room in here. There we go. Truffle. That's the NPC tier list. Anyways, gamers, that's gonna be the end of this episode. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you gamers in the next one. Peace out.